Alright, so this is going to be my last vlog. Um, Probably forever, but you never know. And I am just getting ready to go to bed. And this for my last week of school, and I'm so excited. Um, this picture this week kind of sums up basically um, the whole this whole year, not just my student teaching, but the whole year in overall and in general. Like the quote says, that every teacher that wants to inspire is going to come across stumbling blocks, and you can either look at them as stumbling blocks or you can look at them as stepping stones. And I realized that teaching's not, as great and as as nice as they make it in the movies, and not all the kids want to learn. Not all that stuff that you see on TV really happens. There's kids that don't want to learn. There's kids that are going to give you trouble. There's kids that are going to make your life miserable. But if you let them get to you, they're stumbling blocks, and you can't be the best teacher that you want to be. They affect you. They're going to affect your teaching. They're going to affect your outlook on school. You're going to dread going. So instead of looking at them as stumbling blocks, you have to kind of maneuver. You have to find ways to fix. Why is this kid giving me trouble? Is it because I'm not challenging them enough? Is it because I might have offended them in some way? Or is it just that it's just that kind of kid? But you can't just stop. You have to find ways to fix it and make do. So as you can see with the images, there's a theme of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. One of my students, as a joke, I hope, told me that I look like her. So I felt it would be a good way to end Friday being my last day in front of them, that I would dress up as her. And if I didn't love what I was doing, if I didn't want to be a teacher, if I didn't love social studies, if I didn't love helping kids learn and enjoy learning, I would have never spent about 2 hours on Thursday collecting all the supplies, going to different stores to find the perfect Ruth glasses. I wouldn't have stayed up for about 4 hours on Thursday night trying to make a Jeopardy wheel that actually spun instead of just some thing on a piece of paper. I wouldn't have gotten glitter. I wouldn't have went all out if I didn't love what I was doing. I knew that when I walked into that period that they were all going to make fun of me with that outfit on. And did that bother me? No, because I was doing something that I loved and I truly was so happy to be a part of. So that's what I came to realize. I walked into a classroom especially these past 3 weeks, where these kids have kind of tried to go out of their way to make me admit that I don't want to teach. And they're not going to get that, because ever since I was a little girl, and as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a teacher. I'm not going to let 10 annoying little kids ruin that dream. So they can keep asking, and they're going to keep getting the same answer of no. At Relay for Life on Friday, one of my really sweet girls asked me what grade I wanted to teach, because I think she was worried that I wasn't going to say seniors, and I told her straight up that I knew that some of the children in her class were making it a point to try and get me not to want to teach, but they weren't successful. So to those few, you didn't get me, I'm still going to teach. So the joke's on you. I'd have to say that I've probably got one of the best placements both in the fall and the spring. I got to learn a lot in the fall, which helped me be ready for the spring. I could have never made it to May without my cooperating teacher. She's been there to pat me on the back when I did a good job, and she's been there to pick me up when I wanted to, like, bang my head against the wall. She's helped me, take that second to take a deep breath and realize and refocus, and like the quote says, to change those stumbling blocks into stepping stones. And I am going to miss her. As I'm getting ready and filing and grading, and this week I didn't have to plan. It was kind of bittersweet. I mean, I'm excited that I finally can sleep a little bit past 6, but it's going to be weird next week not waking up and going in and being greeted by her and everyone else in the social studies department, but I know that I can always contact her if I need help, or I need advice, or I just need a laugh. So where do I go from now? Well, obviously I have a lot of stuff to do to get ready to defend my master's, but after that, gotta get a job. And I think now that, although at first when I opened up both emails on my placements, the government wasn't that exciting, and I kind of went, ugh. But I can see now why I had to do it, and I'm glad that, I was put in those two places. I feel that it was an area that I was lacking due to not having an interest in it, and I don't think that was all me. I will blame some past teachers, both, and I'll blame the state of New York. We didn't really have government here our senior year, so it's really no surprise that I have no interest in it, and I didn't feel as I was well prepared as other people claimed to be. So to all those employers out there, I feel like I'm a perfect package, and not only do I feel like I have a strong content knowledge in all the history portions, but obviously with 2 semesters fully engulfed in government, I feel like I can handle that. Granted, I didn't have the 6th graders at the middle school, but I feel like I had 8th graders and I've had 12th graders, so I don't think you can get much more difficult than what I had in the 12th grade. So I feel like overall, if any employer was to watch this, they would want me. Or I hope they would, because I need a job. I feel like when I entered the program last year, I was not ready at all to be a teacher. I thought I was, but I had no clue. I barely knew what an SOL was. I didn't know what an objective was. I didn't know anything. So I definitely feel prepared now. I know pretty much, I know definitely all the standards that I've worked with. I know how to write lesson plans, unit plans. I know levels of Bloom's and Wiggins. And, yeah, I can't believe where I started last fall and where I'm ending up right now. And it is kind of sad, but it's also really exciting that in 3 months I might have my own classroom that I can make it come alive. I can decorate it so it looks like we're in ancient Egypt, or we're floating down the Nile, or looking at the Great Wall in China. I can make it come alive, because if it doesn't come alive, I don't think the kids are going to be attracted to it. So it is exciting that in a few months, instead of, this semester we actually were able to kind of claim the students as their own, because we got to teach them, but you still, they had their other teacher, and they were always going to look to them first, no matter how much you established yourself in the class, and they're always still going to know that they're real teachers down the hall. But in 3 months, I could be 120 students real teacher, and it's scary, but it's really exciting. And I don't think I would have been ready to be 120 students teacher if it wasn't for this whole process. So although it's kept me up a lot of nights and it's given me a few gray hairs, it's made me become more addicted to Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and all caffeine sodas. It's definitely prepared me, and I'm extremely excited. So I started out here, and I feel like I'm my whole room ready now to be a great teacher. And I know it's something now more than ever that it's something I want to do for a really long time. I'm not just in it for the short run. I'm in teaching till I need to retire. I can't see myself being comfortable going to work anywhere else every day. I know I won't be happy if I'm not in the classrooms with children, teaching and spreading the love and the excitement that history can bring. So that's it. Yes, I would have had this up sooner, but technology failed me. So as soon as this gets up, I'm headed to bed for the last time. This is my last Sunday heading to bed. Having to wake up to go to my school. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of exciting. So, I've enjoyed this whole blogging process. I feel like it allowed me to get a lot of my emotions out that I wouldn't have been able to get out on the writing portions. I think it allowed me to be sarcastic. It allowed me to vent. It allowed me to release a lot of my emotions without getting really extremely overwhelmed and frustrated. Every Friday, usually after I did this, I felt much better, more at peace, and more ready. And I actually got excited trying to find an image for the week. I tried to make every image better than the one before it, and same with the title. So it was kind of fun. I did look forward to it. So that's it, and signing off for the last time. Bye.